As you get older, your taste buds change. Even just the thought of fruit in my ice cream used to gross me out. But ever since we started playing that game on here, where you guys get to choose the ice cream and I have to eat it, I've become more open-minded about fruit in my ice cream. This is a cake for Gracie. She got sweet cream ice cream with blueberries, strawberries, and banana in it. Then a layer of chocolate cake, some strawberry puree. Then it gets more sweet cream ice cream and more fruit. Okay, even if you don't like fruit in your ice cream, you have to admit it does look really cool. Once that's all mixed together and flattened out, we're gonna add our next layer of cake. Then it's time to flip that over and decorate it. I made this nice purple color for her cake. Then I'm gonna smooth that all out. Once that's all smooth, we're gonna add our sprinkles to the side. I just did these ones halfway up this time. Purple always looks good with white, so I added some white rosettes on top and then put some strawberries on top of there. Then added the green leaves to the strawberries. I guess it really is true that with TikTok, we're fed short clips every day, but you only get to see so much with 15 to 60 second videos. So a lot of our ideas of our favorite personalities have holes in them. What happens is our imagination fills in the gaps. We make the people who we want them to be, which can be good and can be bad. You know what they say about assumptions. I see a lot of comments saying that I seem like a chill guy, which is pretty true. I'm a very go with the flow type of person, but that can be bad as well when you get caught up in the flow, which often happens to me and then I forget something, like text messages, or for instance, this cake that I didn't make. But thank you for being so kind. Alexis, I'm so sorry, but thank you for letting me make it up to you and happy birthday. But that's one thing that's so crazy about all of this. A call the other day from Summer. At first I thought it was just a prank order, which we get often now. But it turns out Summer is a real person and she really wanted to celebrate her and her boyfriend's anniversary. So she ordered this little cake. It's our petite size and it feeds 2 people, so it was perfect for her. I hurried and decorated it for her because she wanted to pick it up extra early. She seemed young and the whole time she wouldn't mention TikTok. And that's why I was so surprised when I got it. It's kind of crazy to think, but I don't make cakes unless they're for you. It's super rare that I just make regular cakes now. I have learned over time to delegate my tasks, which is so crazy to think about how much growth I've had as a manager. But I've assembled a whole team to make cakes with me. So now I honestly only make cakes for you guys. And man, do I get a lot of orders for you guys, but I love it. But this was just for a regular customer, but they called and asked if they can get a few hours earlier than normal. And none of the girls were in, so I did it for them. Don't attack her, but I've been asked this a lot, so I'm gonna answer this question. Yes, I have a bachelor's degree, and yes, I still work at an ice cream place. There's so many different ways I want to go with my answer, and I just woke up, so this isn't super well thought out. But to begin, I'm a Christian. I was raised in church, and when I went to graduate high school, I tried to decide what I was going to do with the rest of my life. I was 17 when I graduated high school, and I was not ready for that. I knew most places don't really care about what's on your degree. They just care that you have one. I grew up in the church, and I didn't want it to be someone else's faith. I wanted it to be my own, so I decided to go to a Christian college and learn about Christianity to see if it's even something worth believing in. And I did just that. So I don't regret if I never do anything vocationally with my degree, because in reality, I use it every day. And I'm thankful for my job. It's taken care of me for 8.5 years. And now I make more money than my friends that went to school for 4 years and hate their jobs. It's just a question, so what is your favorite Disney princess movie? This cake reminded me of Frozen and how everyone was so overhyped about it for a long time. It would be 2 years after the movie came out in the middle of the summer and I would still be making little girls Frozen cakes. Please don't hate me, I just think it's an overhyped movie. If you don't think Frozen is overhyped, please explain to me why it's not. I'm also curious, what are some Disney princess movies that are underhyped in your opinion? Personally, my favorite Disney princess movie is probably Ting. My favorite snack company follows me. I don't know if you noticed, but I absolutely love Oreos. And Oreo's been following me for about 2 months now. That is the most mind-blowing thing. And funny thing is, everyone else seems to love Oreos too. This is for Chase's 18th birthday. His mom called me yesterday and wanted to get a large cake for his birthday. We're doing sweet cream ice cream with Oreos in it, and then chocolate cake. Then I'm gonna wrap that in white fluffy frosting and make sure I get some nice crisp edges for them. This is the most satisfying but also most difficult part of a rectangle cake. Once I smooth out all of the edges, it's time to add some chocolate shavings to the side. This is a great forearm workout because you're walking the cake across your fingers. It's definitely no joke, they're heavy, but it's fun once you get the hang of it. After we add all our frosting, it's time to add some rosettes and our Oreos on top. I did 4 Oreo halves, 1 for each corner. Then it's time to write happy 18th birthday Chase. How is it not the coolest thing ever that my wonderful day today, I rushed into work to make sure I got this cake ready on time. It's sweet cream ice cream with all 3 of our berries mixed in. Strawberries, blueberries, and raspberries. We're gonna chop, fold that all together. Then we're gonna throw that into our pan. When you smooth out the ice cream, it's best to have your spade wet because then it slides across the ice cream. Then we're gonna add our first layer of cake and then our second layer of ice cream. Smooth that all out and then add our last layer of cake. Once that's frozen, we're gonna add our white fluffy frosting and then drip some ganache on top. Don't put as much as me, I put too much. Then it's time for our white fluffy frosting border on the bottom and then our 6 rosettes on top. Each rosette gets a Kit Kat that I dipped in chocolate and peanuts. And this cake is actually due tomorrow. Yay. That is the nice funny story of how I started. Are you ready for another team game? This is Team Right Cake. It's an ice cream cake for peanut butter lovers dripped in fudge ganache. Once we coat it all with ganache, we're gonna swipe off the excess on the top. Then we're gonna add our chocolate shavings. After we add our chocolate shavings to the side, we're gonna add some rosettes on top and then some duos. Likes, comments, shares, whatever you wanna do, just make sure your team wins. Are you normally on the winning or losing team? This one is left versus right. Let's put these away and then get some more cakes out. Are you ready for another team game? You're on team left cake. The left cake is a mint ice cream cake with chocolate shavings in it and chocolate cake with fudge ganache stripped all over the top. Do whatever you need to do to make sure your team wins. We're gonna add chocolate shavings to the side, then some rosettes on top, and of course Oreos. Likes, comments, shares, whatever you want to do, just make sure your team wins. Then I wrote happy birthday in white, and we're gonna put both the cakes in the blast. Then it's time to get our next cakes out. Last time I made a giant cake like this, everyone was confused and saying it does not feed 50 people. So how many people in your family would be able to eat this cake? Because it's supposed to feed 50. Also, who in the world would get a cake with gummy bears in it for 50 people? Did you see all the gummy bears in it? Typically, if someone gets a giant cake like this for a kid's birthday, they do half of it kind of kiddish and the other half more for like the adults. But this whole cake was full on kid. It had marshmallows and gummy bears all mixed in it. Then I wrapped it all in Oreo frosting and then threw sprinkles all the way up the side. Square cakes are so hard when you're starting out, but after you get the hang of how to make an edge, they're a lot of fun. Each time you make a crisp corner with frosting, it's just so satisfying to see how far you've come. Also, fun fact, I absolutely hate writing with frozen frosting. It just does not work well. What is your family like? How many people would you be able to feed with a giant cake like this? How do you fix writing on a cake? Well, first let's decorate it. I like to add a large amount of Oreo frosting on top and then smooth that all out and take the excess off. Then I'm gonna add my 6 rosettes. The message they wanted written on this one was "Rats ate my peasants." I'm not sure if that's a reference to something, but I'm assuming it is. Well, I didn't leave enough room, so I took my 3 rosettes off the bottom and then I smoothed out all the frosting and got the white off. Then it was time to rewrite. I hope that answered your question since I'm so often asked. I've decorated so many cakes the last few days. I have enough cakes to probably post about 1 every hour for the next 2 days. It's gotten to the point where I've just stopped recording. How many videos is too many videos? I don't know. But I put 2 cakes in this one. I know you guys love ganache, so I did 2 ganache cakes. One of them is a chocolate covered strawberry theme, and that one gets graham cracker on the side. And then this one is Oreos, and that gets chocolate shavings on the side. Once both of them have their side crumbings on them, I'm gonna top them. This one is the Oreo one, so I added 6 rosettes and then 6 Oreo halves, and then wrote happy birthday in blue. And this is the chocolate covered strawberry one. I dipped some strawberries in chocolate, and then added some more ganache to them, and then wrote happy birthday Heather in red. So let me know, how many videos is too many videos? I don't want to overload you, because I feel a little overloaded. What do you guys think? Is it a childhood nickname? I have a feeling somebody bought this cake for their sibling. They got Boo Batter ice cream, which is definitely going to dye their mouths black. And then they had me wrap it in green frosting, put some sprinkles around the bottom, and then I wrote happy 20th birthday. But they didn't just put the name, they put Meanie Cellini. So it's either a nickname or her sister is just mean. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Is it a childhood nickname or is she mean? I find it so sad that a few people ruined a good name. Karen's daughter follows me here on TikTok, and she wanted me to make a cake for her 10th anniversary. So happy anniversary, Karen. I hope you guys enjoy the cake and have a great day. Guys, I want to challenge you to stop using Karen as an insult. There are still good Karens out there, and that's why. The day before I left for vacation, I had a ton of cakes to get done. This one was the last one to sneak in before I left. Ellie made it just in time. It was actually really interesting to me because typically when I get a lot of orders from you guys, it's towards the end of the week or the weekend. But I received almost 8 orders from Monday to Tuesday. which I don't think has ever happened since I started TikTok. And I didn't even really talk about my vacation, so it's just crazy how it worked out that way. But I'm glad I got to make them for you. I go on vacation just for a few days, and next thing you know, I'm getting tagged in all kinds of videos because all these little kids are trying to be me. If anyone does a POV and a voiceover, they obviously just want to be just like me. And if you haven't understood by now, this is a joke. Yes, they've all said they've been inspired by me, but no, it's okay. We can all do our own thing. But I will tag some of my favorites: Morgan at Ancaster DQ, Milad at Subway, and Mr. Jack. He works at our favorite Chipotle.